I'm at the Huntington Center, and you're watching Post to Post.
Hello and welcome to Post, the channel where we discuss all things hockey and all teams. I almost screwed up the intro that I've said over 400 times already.
Except this time we're talking about one team.
One team, yes, that's correct. The New York Islanders. Yes. And this is huge news today. And just before we begin, I filmed this video once and I switched lenses so the camera, it was overexposed. I forgot to change the exposure. And then I filmed it again once I fixed the camera. And then we decided we should film this video together. So this is actually the third time I filmed this video.
I just got home from work and I want in. Yeah. I want in on this.
So, it was a big day yesterday for the Islanders because they got the biggest news that they've had as a franchise probably since the beginning of the franchise. Really,
Maybe
I mean,
yeah.
it's utterly saved the franchise because there was rumors of them potentially moving, and there's a lot of conflict with them playing in the Barclays Center. And so, if you guys don't know, and I know that most of you or all of you already know, we're not breaking any news here. We're just discussing it. The Islanders won the bid to create their new arena in Belmont Park, which is closer to the Coliseum than they are right now in Barclays Center. It's a little bit more towards Queens than the Coliseum is. Mm-hmm. And the new arena is going to be starting to be built next year. And I think it's supposed to be done by 2020. And so hopefully it should be done be ready for the 2020-21 season. Now, that year is a very important year in the NHL because it's near and around the CBA talks, so it's around the potential lockout year, and then the Seattle team is potentially coming in either that year or the year after. It's a huge year for the NHL, so it's good timing in a way, but also bad timing in the way for the Islanders. And for the short term, they will stay at the Barclays Center. I think they have maybe a year left.
A year left before the option can be exercised. But the option may not be exercised, so they may stay at the Barclays Center until they're ready to move into the new one.
Yeah, but the owner of the Barclays Center, who I believe also owns the Mets, wants them out. The ASAP. They do not want the Islanders there, so the sooner they leave, the better. And the Islanders don't really have anywhere else to go because, I mean, they could go back to the Coliseum, but Bettman has vetoed that already. I don't think he would allow them to go back into the Coliseum. So I don't know if they legally could go back into the Coliseum and
it would be tough.
In the NHL.
It'd be hard to get gate in there.
Yeah.
But for one season while they're building in Belmont, you never know.
I think an exception could and should be made, in my opinion. However, it's a business, so I understand it and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's in a great. I think this new location's in a great location. And the MTS has committed that they are going to extend the railroad out to that Belmont Park area once it's completed. So transportation is going to be all set and good to go there.
Great. There's already a train that goes out to Belmont. There's a Belmont station that's there now, and it comes from the Jamaica Center station. Mm-hmm. So you could take the subway all the way to Jamaica Center, but then you'd have to get on the LIRR and right now go to Belmont. Now, if they put on an MTA train,
I think they're going to do it either underground or something like that.
Because right now the train only goes to Belmont when there's an event, and that's hardly ever right now. There's one big race in the summertime, the Belmont Stakes, but for the most part it's deserted. You know, that subway station or that train station rather. So the new rink is going to go. They had two options for the New York Arena partners. One was option A, which was north of the turnpike and right behind the grandstand, and option B, which was across the turnpike and over in a parking lot. And they went with option A. The New York State chose option A. So the arena will be built right behind the grandstand at Belmont. It'll take advantage of all the existing parking infrastructure across the way, and there's an underground pedestrian tunnel apparently, and it's right next to where the train would come in.
And it's not just an arena. It's going to be a whole complex. There's going to be 435,000 square foot retail space where it's going to be stores, and it's a mall basically. There's going to be
an outdoor mall, I think. It's like lots of individual buildings.
The rendering show there's going to be quite a bit indoors as well.
Good.
And there's going to be a premium service hotel, which for people like us who, if we went to go see a game in Long Island, likely that's really the only reason that we're going there, other than to zip over to New York City, maybe and see some stuff there. There's probably some graveyards that you want to see in Long Island, but
come on.
For me, I'm specifically going there for hockey. So if I could go there and hop on a train, get exactly there, stay in a hotel, walk to go see a game, and probably not even have to go outside, and then come back to the hotel after the game. I mean, that's literally the perfect scenario in my situation, mind. So
And it's not that far from JFK. It's not that far from LaGuardia.
Yep.
It's closer to the downtown than Uniondale was. And I got that screwed up when we did our podcast and talked about it. I had them mixed up in my head. I have a map even of the New York Transit subway lines. And I've put the little dot here for Hempstead. So it's just outside Queens.
Yep.
It's in Nassau County in Hempstead, but it's literally on the border. The Cross Island Parkway is really the border, and it's right beside the Cross Island Parkway. So it's that close to the real city that it's going to be able to take advantage of a lot of transportation infrastructure.
Totally.
And as you say, they're going to be building some more stuff. So it's going to be gorgeous. It's going to be great for hockey, great for Long Island,
Yeah.
and great for the team.
And it wasn't easy because they had competition for that
did.
area. The MLS, New York Football Club wanted that area as well, and the Islanders won. So it's going to be great, and not only just for hockey fans, but it's going to create 12,300 construction jobs and 3,100 permanent jobs. So that's huge news just for the local community or the local town area, even if they're not hockey fans. Whenever you can create new or long-time permanent jobs, that's huge. So that's pretty great.
It's great. And they're closer to the center of their fan base.
Yeah.
When they were at the Barclays Center, they were down in Brooklyn, and it was a long way to get there. And now they're going to be right surrounded by the main group of fans in Queens. So it's amazing.
And all those people who were willing to make that trek to Brooklyn and stuff, they have to feel so good that they're going
they got to
get the team back home, I guess you could say.
Yep.
Even though Brooklyn is still in Long Island. I don't know why people keep saying that they're going back to Long Island when they're still technically in Long Island, but I know that people in Brooklyn don't really connect themselves with Long Island. It's complicated, but it's not.
Geographically, they're on Long Island,
Yeah.
but it's not really part of the Long Island environment, I guess.
It's not really considered.
Well, it's part of the city. Brooklyn was, until it joined with New York in the late 1800s, it was the second largest city in the United States by itself. It was larger than Chicago and everything.
When
even
New York
back
City
then.
was named New Amsterdam,
Yeah.
was Brooklyn still named Brooklyn, or did it have its own?
No, Brooklyn was named, it was actually spelt Breuklen. Brooklyn. It was a Dutch name. And in 1664, when the British took over from the Dutch and named everything to New York, Brooklyn was still Brooklyn and remained as a separate municipality until like the 1890s. And then they moved over and became part of New York City, essentially double the size of New York City, population-wise.
Interesting. So Ottawa and Gatineau. Is Gatineau considered technically a part of Ottawa?
No, Gatineau
because it's
is
in a different province.
in a different province. So it is part of the National Capital Region. So they do share some governance as far as where buildings ought to go and transportation infrastructure. But Gatineau is a separate city and a separate province. Different tax rate, different area code, the whole thing.
Property tax, everything. So,
Yep.
I don't think I left anything out. It's just yes, I did leave something out.
was that?
Unless you have anything else surrounding any news here.
No, I think
there are
we're-
some renderings. I think I mentioned that. I'm going to show them in the video. You probably already saw them. And I'll also link it down below in this description. The other thing I want to talk about is, what do you guys think about the colors? Do you think that the Islanders are going to keep these colors, or
Hope so.
they're entering a new chapter? It's a new arena. Could be seeing a new logo. Do you think they're going to create a new logo? If you do, what do you think it'll look like? Since speaking of logos, there was a ton of great submissions for the logo contest for specifically the Islanders, or the logo redesign for the Islanders.
That's true.
Out of
Beautiful.
the 70 that we've narrowed it down to so far, I think 5 or 6 of the 70 are from the island, and it's probably the strongest team submissions. Is just that,
I would agree.
absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
And I've shown them all in Discord. Everyone's agreed. And speaking of Discord, you guys should hop on Discord because we've just updated it with a bot. So if you're looking for, I don't want to say current, because we have the bot set so it grabs the starting lineups that the team submit to the NHL in the mornings, and it populates each live game channel with all the starting lineups for every team. So every team gets its own channel, and you can come on and talk to fellow hockey fans live during a game in these channels, depending on what game you're watching and stuff. We've got general hockey chat channels. We've got EA Sports. We've got off-topic. We've got all kinds of stuff, and the bot does other things too, helps you get verified. You can have a team tag. There's no swearing on the Discord. The bot automatically removes swearing and gives people warnings and stuff, and it's just a really safe place for people to come and chat hockey, old and young. So there's tons of people on there, hundreds actually, of people on there talking hockey all the time, and it's just generally a good place to come and talk hockey and just make a friend, really. There's a ton of nice people on there. So
Very good.
yeah, that's just a huge plug there. And Jason coded the entire bot by himself, 60 to 80 hours he spent coding this bot, like literal hours.
And how much does he make an hour?
0. Yeah.
Sorry, Jason.
I made him a hockey card with his face on it. That's all I got.
Is that a penalty or an award?
I gave him a T-shirt too, but yeah, probably a penalty.
Thanks, Jason.
Yes, Jason, thank you very much. We appreciate it. So, guys, thanks for watching this video. We really appreciate it. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button. If you like this video, hit the like button. And that's it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. See ya. Adios.